What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be taking a look at quite possibly one of the worst brawlers within the last year in Brawl Stars. So normally I do these type of videos on brawlers that are really broken, so I thought I'd switch it up and try and do a video on brawlers that are like really bad, because there's been a few brawlers that have just been completely missed with balance changes for such a long time. So before we jump into the video, make sure you're using a credit code in the shop. That'd be greatly appreciated. And without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Alright guys, so jumping into the brawler which I believe deserves the buff out of any other brawler inside of the game right now, it has to be Lou. Lou within the past year or so has to be easily one of the worst brawlers within the game, and I feel like he probably is the worst brawler within the last year of Brawl Stars, just because of how bad he is in those 1v1 interactions. Only really good in game modes like Siege and Hot Zone, of course, and only really good against tanks, but still I don't think he's that good against tanks. His main attack is just really bad, so that's just makes me wonder every single time I think about Lou, like, what are they actually waiting for to buff him? It's got to be some type of rework, right? It's got to be some main attack rework or something along those lines, because he's just so bad, and it literally all relies on like his main attack for me, like just free snow cones is just terrible. He's just not going to be able to get any value from it. If you literally play Lou on any map that has like any open area, or just against, especially on those lanes as well, like Lou doesn't really have a purpose inside of a comp, if you get what I mean. Like normally, well, I would say at least 90% of the brawlers, you can clearly tell what kind of purpose they have in your comp, like whether they're lane, whether they're mid. But with Lou, he don't really fit either. Like, he's not going to win any lane, he's definitely not going to win any mid, so he's just there in your comp. Just, I don't even know, he's normally just for the objective. Like, you only really use his super just to block off an area, and that's about all he can do. So should be able to get Moist down there, so at least his freeze is like the best thing about him. So one idea I heard is like the Daryl and Mr. P kind of change. So just like how they got changed with their base kit with the star power, like one of the star powers should definitely be changed. That could be pretty good. Again, his main attack should definitely be changed. And yeah, I'll be interested to hear how you guys would actually rework Lou. Is there any other options that you could do with Lou? Maybe make his super a tad bit bigger. I don't really know. It just confuses me. I don't get why they don't seem to buff Lou. Like, there's just so many brawlers that they always seem to buff. Like, you can even think of brawlers like Fang, for example. Like, I know it was kind of like an indirect buff with his gadget, but just like seem to buff all these new brawlers and just buff so many other brawlers, and then just brawlers like Lou, for whatever reason, just seems to get left behind. And every single new brawler that comes out in the Brawl Pass, they're just like the best in the game. But why can't Lou be one of the best brawlers in the game? Just kind of confuses me why he doesn't ever see that kind of love. So looks like we're in the final few, well, the final takedown here. Let's see. Okay, somehow we die here, so that's going to be the first game. Let's hop into the next one. Alright guys, so jumping into the next game. So I feel like Rubble is one of the only modes that you can actually play him on ladder, just because in Rubble you can pretty much play every single brawler. So Lou, probably one of the best game modes there. And I just feel like, especially when you look at even the Hot Zone maps that are out, like Lou just doesn't feel the greatest. And also one thing to note as well, sometimes I feel like there's a little bit of input delay when you're shooting with Lou. I don't know if that's just me, but sometimes it can take a little while to get the shots out. So maybe make it so his shots come out quicker. That might help land his shots a lot easier. But I don't know if that's just me or not, but it looks like should be able to get a quick win on Rubble, which definitely makes a change. Let's hop into the next one. Alright guys, so heading into gem grab now. So again, just looking at the enemy comp, unfortunately we haven't really got anyone that we're going to be good against. Maybe Eggo we can be okay against, because at least we can probably freeze Eggo when they come towards us, but that's probably about it. Lou's not really going to beat many of these brawlers in a 1v1 interaction unless I outplay them. Like, but for the most part, I'm just chipping them down, trying to get my super, and my gadget's going to be one of the only reasons why I kind of win lane, just because you can essentially try and guarantee yourself like a free stun. So I should be able to run into the Eve, but it's still kind of interesting. Like in Brawl Stars, I don't actually think like any brawler is unusable. Like, you can still go on ladder with Lou and do okay, especially if you've got him like power 11, for example. Like, you're still gonna do okay with him, but like, there was a time in Brawl Stars where there was some brawlers that were just like completely unusable, but at least you can still use them, right? So I've got some nice stuns there, but once I've run out my gadgets, it's going to be kind of hard to hit my shots consistently, and especially against those greater players, they're going to be able to juke my shots a lot easier. And especially since the introduction of like the speed gear, people are able just to dodge and juke a lot easier, so Lou's just even harder to hit those consistent shots. But at least my super can at least give like 10 seconds of area denial, which is definitely a strong feature. You could just think of brawlers like Sandy, for example, where their super can just cover the whole map, like basically. So that super can be really toxic if Lou is buffed too much. So of course you got to be a little bit careful of that. So it looks like we've got a countdown here, but my teammates on the back foot. Nice. Okay, I was going to say a nice pull by Tara, but that weren't really the nicest of pulls. Should be able to at least freeze Tara here. Looks like we got another win right there. Let's hop into the next one. Alright guys, so jumping into the next game. So one thing I also forgot to mention at the start of the video is that I am planning to start streaming again on YouTube. So I think times I'm planning on streaming, it's probably going to be around 11 AM UK time, or probably midday UK time. So let me know what kind of things you want me to do on stream. Of course, I'll be probably pushing Power League for the most part on my main account, just because I really need to get on the grind again. Kind of been slacking on YouTube and just been taking a little bit of a break, which of course is okay. But with a job on YouTube, I can't really let my foot off the gas. Like, I've got to keep grinding no matter what. So that's why I thought YouTube would be a good step to get back on the grind. So yeah, let me know what kind of things you want to see and what times as well would you like me to stream, because of course, like, it will fluctuate between a lot of people. I just want to stream at the best times possible for you guys. So anyways, going back to Lou, at least we're getting some good cycles on these guys, like brawlers like Ash and Mortis. At least unless Ash gets his pets, we can at least train our super just a little bit here. So especially against the worst of players, we're going to be able to land a lot more shots, and that's where Lou can be really satisfying. So I actually like Lou as a brawler. I don't know about you guys, but Lou is a satisfying brawler to play, especially when you land multiple shots in a row. You know, they just keep freezing over and over again. It is nice to see, but you can see here how long it's taken me to kill Ash. Like, I feel like I've shot about 100 bullets into him and he's still not dying. So again, another super. We're just running into these guys. This is kind of how I like to play Lou as well. Just try and get as many stuns off as possible. Looks like the BB should be able to score here, so that's a really nice goal right there. Let's jump into the final game. All right guys, so jumping into the final game then. So yeah, as I said, let me know what type of streams you want to see and also videos as well. I always ask you guys for suggestions, but someone did say a nice suggestion not too long ago. I was kind of planning on doing this for like a year now, but of course it does take a long time to do. But I wanted to do like brawler specific guides. Like, of course, you guys would learn a fair bit, especially considering how much I've been playing Brawl Stars. So the one thing I'd never really thought about doing like properly is like doing brawler guides. So every single brawler in the game, of course, I probably want to do this like once a week, but doing like a complete brawler guide in the terms of like looking at every single interaction, mainly with like every single brawler. So saying like whether this brawler counters the other, for example, or just let me know some like features you would like to see in a brawler guide like that. I was thinking many other things like that, maybe like secret tips many people don't know, things not to do with a brawler, you know what I mean? Like, there's a bunch of stuff you can cover in a brawler guide. I don't want to go like into like a 25-minute video because that'll probably take too long to record, but I definitely want to do some type of series on this. So let me know whether you like that kind of idea, because I think it'll be really cool. I think there's a lot of guides that can be missing from Brawl Stars. I'm just trying to think of what I can do, because I love doing the type of guides, and those are the type of videos that actually get the most views on my channel. So of course I'd love to do more guides as much as possible for you guys. So that's what I'm talking about with the gadget. Like, that's one of the only good things about Lou, is that sometimes you can catch people that are like halfway to freezing. You can pop your super on the floor really quick, spam your gadget and freeze them. That's probably like the only good defensive thing about Lou, really. So yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. Kind of just rambled on a lot. Just wanted to do this type of video because I haven't done a video in like 3 days now. So just trying to get back on the swing of things. So that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.